Ooh. What's up, everybody? Guess I should start with an introduction. It's Black Betty. This is Captain Blackbeard, and I thought I'd share some stuff with you while I'm out and about, dicking around or going to work or whatever else. This is my 2015 Bonneville 865 mag wheel, last air-cooled bike from Triumph. I believe this is actually the last one to be registered. Not that you care.
No, they don't.
So hey, Blackbeard, what's this channel of yours all about? Well, I knew you'd ask that.
No, you didn't.
It's going to be about this, riding this bike, chatting shit. There's going to be some van life stuff in here as well, some of my adventures in Blackbeard's flagship, the head of the fleet that has been for 6.5 years now, my VW T4. Going to be taking that to Italy this year, big drive, 2,000-mile round trip. Going to be hitting some bike shows through the summer. Going to be at the Bike Shed show at Tobacco Dock this year. Surely going to get some footage from these sorts of things. I'll be riding around a bit in search of a decent burger, which is I wouldn't say it's a thankless task. It's quite a fun thing to do, eating lots of burgers in search of the perfect one, but I still haven't quite found the one. Did have a good burger at the weekend. Went to Horsham Piazza Italia, which was a little supercar festival thing in Horsham in Sussex, about 50 miles from me. Shut down the town centre, fill it up with supercars and food stalls and all things Italian. It was a lovely day out. The burger there from Pig and Jacket Company was on point. The Italiano burger, part pork mince, part beef mince, with mozzarella and pepperoni on top and some pizza sauce. It was a good experience. It's a good experience. Still not quite the burger that I'm looking for though. It's a lovely sunny day to bring you along and show you what this channel's going to be about. But don't be fooled. It's 2 degrees at the moment, and I'm not particularly happy about the prospect of sitting on the dual carriageway. My hands freezing to death. I'm wrapped up. I'm layered up. Got my scarf on. I've got 2 jumpers on. Got the liner in my trousers. It is the middle of April, and we are still. We've had some teasers of some great days. A week ago it was like 20, 23 degrees, and it was lovely. And now we're back into frosts and just scraping into double figures during the day. You're like, oh! So, some of the things I was going to bring you on the journey for. I bought this camera a while ago and I've been seriously disorganised and trying to set up my editing program and get used to it. I've never done anything like this, so this was all new to me. I didn't do very well. I was going to bring you along with my old bike and the last few rides with that while I searched for a new bike, decided what I wanted, do some mods to the new bike. I had all these cool videos planned out, but it never really happened. Life sort of got in the way and I never got to grips with what I was doing, so I figured I'd give it a go now. So you didn't see my old bike, which was a SV650 carbed S model, fully fed, tuned, twin pipes, cracking bit of kit, good fun. One of my, what I consider to be one of the most perfect road engines you could have. You know, you can't use a 200 horsepower superbike around here for fear of getting banged up or driven into. So from my point of view, it's the SV was one of the best, but I was pushing it a bit hard on that, probably doing things I shouldn't have been doing, and I've had a 1977 Honda GL Foul as well, big old retro flat 4, the original plain Jane Golding. I couldn't get to grips with getting the setup right on that, and I was modifying a bit and doing some things, and I thought, you know, I need the best of both worlds. I haven't got the time or energy at the moment to build another bike. I haven't got the finance to pay someone else to do it. I think, hey, I'll chop in both the bikes. I'll buy something with a bit of old school feel that I can dick around with a bit and still have a bit of performance. So the choices were pretty narrow from that point of view. I always liked the Bonneville. I rode one a few years ago and I thought it was a nice ride, albeit quite sedate in comparison to the SV, which most people will be surprised at, because most people think the SV is pretty plain, but you can make that motor sing. It's not all commuters and learners on the SV, trust me. In the end, after thinking about some things, I started calling around some dealerships, and a deal came up that I couldn't refuse, and I wasn't planning on buying a bike so soon. I was just starting to look around and get some test rides booked in and things like that. I ended up, I didn't test ride a single bike. I didn't even see this before I bought it. Got a call from the dealer. He said there's one 0 miles in the crate unregistered. I said, well, what, an 865? He goes, yeah. I said, air cooled? He goes, yeah. Bonneville, not a Scrambler. He said, yeah, it's the Bonneville. What colour is it? Black. I went, all right then, I'll have it. Put a deposit on it on the phone. Didn't see it till the day I picked it up. So yeah, it was a 0 mile 2015 unregistered Bonneville, put on the road with a 17 plate. So there's not, I don't think there's any others around. I think this is it. This is the one. And then I thought, yeah, let's do some garage vids with this. I know what I want to do to it. I know the things I want to change. I know where the shortcomings are on the Bonneville. They've been well written about. I don't need to harp on about them. About things like the suspension and the snatchy throttle that everyone complains about, things like that. So I was gonna do a couple of garage vids of the mods and things I was bolting on, and then I sat down and watched Del Boy's garage, and I was like, you know what? I don't need to make these videos, because there's no point me making a video telling you how I did all the things exactly as Del Boy told me to do it. There's some really useful tips in his videos and they helped me out. I fitted the Tech 2-in-1 pipes, currently still running with the battery. I've had the remap done. I'm on the Arrow 2-in-1 map, which I think has smoothed out some of the thrust, but it's still there's a little bit on off at the very initial opening of the throttle, which can be a bit of a pain at times. But generally it feels a lot nicer. The motor's opening up now, see now it's running, it's got nearly 700 miles on it now, and it's just getting better all the time. So I fitted the Tech 2-in-1, fitted the Renthal bars, the mirrors, some indicators, changed the rear light, ditched the baboon's arse chrome plastic thing for a little Motone LED Lucas style light and plate bracket. I've kept the rear fender, unlike a lot of people, so I didn't feel the need to go for the full fender delete. The day I bought this bike, it pissed it down with rain so hard when I was riding home, and even with the fender in there was still stuff splashing up over the seat and things. It wasn't fully protecting me, and I thought, you know what, I don't want to actually delete the fender and end up with even less protection. I don't tend to like seek out riding in shit weather, but it happens sometimes, you can't avoid it. And it was abysmal the day I picked this up. I'd stuck about 60 or 70 miles on by this point, just riding around down to the coast and things after I picked it up. And me and a couple of friends were riding home from Hastings, and we got stuck in a big downpour with a bike that's got 60 miles on its tyres and its brakes that I'm not familiar with. I didn't enjoy that particularly, but the bike was easy to control through it. You know, I mean, this bike is the last of the Euro 3. There is no ABS. There's no electronics. There's no rider aids. There's no ride-by-wire throttle. And it was new to me, so I wasn't sure what it was going to do. But obviously, I was running it in. I was taking it easy anyway, so I was keeping the throttle openings fairly marginal, and the revs down, as you do. So that's what the bike's about. And I wanted something that was going to perhaps encourage me to ride in a slightly more grown-up fashion. Hence the old man MotoVlog, which I then chopped about, put a loud pipe on, and yeah. Shut up, Blackbeard. You're going to see this a lot. Me argue with myself. We'll talk about my bike history in another video, because this one's already going to be full of so much shite. We could probably do a better one for you next time. Early influences, first bikes, all that sort of shit, and that no one cares about, really. But hey, you know what's important? We're out there, we're riding, we're having fun. The sun's shining, even if it is only about 3 or 4 degrees still. The trees are blooming. It is spring here in Kent. Anyway, enjoy your sunny day. I'm going to go ahead and leave this one here as I get near to work, and the traffic's going to build up down here, and I'm going to pay attention to what I'm doing. Take care of yourselves. Ride safe. Peace.